Darren, thank you so much for coming on. What a brilliant victory. How did you guys all celebrate?
No, I was really pleased for the players, really, Laura. We just, it was a real good game. I think the important thing was getting into the first 20 minutes of the game. And then once we got our crowd into it, we made it into really a real cup tie, so obviously the players were delighted afterwards, and, they've probably had a celebratory weekend, and then we're back to normal and work mode Monday morning here.
Darren, tell me, mate, I'm listening to Laura there, and she called it a mini shock, and that's probably just about right, actually. I know Newcastle are going really, really well, but equally, your boys are going well. Sitting second top, obviously you'll be very, very hopeful and optimistic of getting promotion. Tell me what you felt like at the weekend, mate, when you looked at the Newcastle team as you would do before the game. Clearly very, very strong side, but perhaps not without one or two players that they would normally start with. Did you look at it and think, we've got a chance here?
Yeah, obviously you're always optimistic, Ali, when you go into games, and obviously we knew they had three regular starters, in the starting 11, and then they had talented players, so we knew that it was still going to be a tough game. But as I said, Ali, for me, it was the first 20 minutes was really key for us, because getting the speed and the tempo of the game, which can be difficult. And I thought once we got through the first 20, 25 minutes, we got into the pace of the game, and then it was then up to our players to showcase what they're about. But still, when you do look at the team sheet, you do think, okay, there's still one or two of their regulars missing, but they're still a talented squad, and obviously they're in the ascendancy.
Darren, you've got Fleetwood Sound in the next round. You must be happy with that almost, or do you want another big hitter and keep going with the giant killings? You could go further in the competition, though.
Honestly, Jamie, for me, I asked for a Premier League team at home in the third round, and we got it. And then they said, what was it, once in the fourth round? And I just said, as long as we're at home, I don't mind who we get, really, because we're just at home, and, we're at home in the fourth round. We got Fleetwood, which both clubs know each other inside out. We had a tight game, so Boxing Day up there, and, we contest them twice in a week, really. So we're looking forward to the game, and as I said, all we could hope for that was at home.
Darren, let's talk about your form at the moment, because you're on quite a monster run, really. If you just take out that EFL Cup loss, which was on penalties, it's something like 18 games, isn't it? That stretch or something ridiculous, unbeaten. What is going on with you guys at the moment?
Yeah, no, Laura, it's a real nice figure to be on, in terms of getting those numbers, because it's a longevity, really. But what we are just trying to be consistent. Honestly, Laura, we are just one game, old cliche, at a time, just putting all our energies into that game. And it's seen us go on this run at the moment. But we know we still got some tough hurdles ahead, and we just keep going and just making sure we're giving a good account of ourselves in each and every single game, and it's no different than for back to our league form this weekend.
I want to give your whole team credit, but I also wanted to give some individual credit to Josh Windass as well for the goals that he scored at the weekend, especially the second one. It was so well taken, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the through ball by Smudger, and then obviously Josh steps onto it, and then he finishes. But he composed himself, and he's a clean strike of the ball. And he nearly got 2 hat-tricks in 2 games, really, because he struck the crossbar. And what I was pleased with him was, Laurie practicing them all the time in training, and had it gone in, then I wouldn't have been surprised by him. But 2 real finishes. The first one was almost like Ali would say, like a fox in the box, and then the other one was a great strike.
I bet he celebrated, and he's a chirpy lad, old Josh. I speak to him quite a bit. He's not quiet, is he?
You got that right, Jamie, mate.
That's the real question. Have you heard from him lately?
I think it's a family trait, Darren, to be fair. It's a family trait, that.
I think it might be.
I was going to say his dad, Ali's not too far off neither, mate,
Darren, tell me, I'm looking at and I mentioned it earlier, sitting in a good position in the league. And there's some teams, obviously yourselves included, that have been up in higher places before, Ipswich, Derby and Bolton. Plymouth doing exceptionally well. What are you looking to do in terms of at the window? An opportunity to perhaps get 1 or 2 in, or are you quite happy with what you've got?
Obviously, Ali, you're never happy with what you got, because obviously if there's players available that can strengthen your squad and you can add them, you are going to add them, and we're no different. Obviously, this transfer window, I don't see being a knee-jerk reaction like I've had in past transfer windows. We feel we've got a squad that's been showing true form over the first half of the season, needs to continue it. I would like to tweak it in one or two areas.
Yeah.
But obviously, Ali, I'll only tweak it in one or two areas if the right personnel comes available.
Mm-hmm. Darren, we've seen a lot of managers come under pressure recently who've just took over jobs. And, you know, it's easy to talk about, you know, making changes quickly. You've been the manager there now for a few seasons. I think you took over in March in 21. So you've had time to implement your own philosophy. How important is that in this day and age to give managers time?
Jamie, it really is crucial, really, because, you know, you think of at any point in any season, there can only be so few managers that triumph and win league titles or cup competitions. So the turnaround is vast, as you know, and obviously it's shown that when you give a manager time, then you see what can be implemented at a club. But we always run that gauntlet of those first, I don't know whether it's the first 30, 40 games to really get in and really stamp and implement the game. But as I said, you know, it's a real tough business. We know the industry, but obviously if you can get time, then, you know, you can get your just rewards for it. And there's many, many examples of managers that had that bit of time and showing true success at their clubs.
I did see a little video of you when you were doing your interview and Kieran Trippier walking past and saying hi. I just wondered if you had a chat with Eddie at all post-match, if he said anything to you.
Yeah, we just briefly just touch really, because obviously the media afterwards, Laura, but he just said, you know, well done to us all. And, you know, we've got momentum at the club, and, you know, I said the same. He's got good momentum there at Newcastle, and, you know, he's giving a lot of us sort of English coaches a lot of hope in the game, and we sincerely wish him well. And what he's doing at Newcastle is a fantastic job, Laura. He really is. And as I said, you know, I went up there to watch him against Leeds, and my goodness, he's got that place jumping up there, and it's a difficult place to go to. So it was a big performance by us. We're really pleased with the result, and we move on.
Excellent. Well, look, Darren, it was so lovely
well
to
done
speak
again,
to you.
mate.
We really appreciate you taking your time out. Good luck for the rest of the season and the next round as well.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Laura, Ali, Jamie.
Take care.
Well done, mate.
Lovely to speak
Cheers,
to you,
take
Darren
care,
Moore
bye-bye.
there.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.